Looking ahead to the trading week beginning June 16th, geopolitics is the number one factor in markets to pay attention to next week. We had positive weeks in the S&P and the Nasdaq that ended up less positive, and both the Russell and the Dow were positive but turned negative with Friday's move lower. It was due to geopolitics. We can all see what's happening and the effect on interest rates, which rose on the short end, but still ended up lower on the week. The effect on commodity prices, gold, for example, crude oil, the dollar, and the subsequent effect on stocks. That will be the number one thing to watch next week as it continues to develop over the weekend. It's a central bank week next week. The Bank of Japan, the FOMC, the Bank of England, and the People's Bank of China, in that order, meet for rate decisions. The Bank of Japan is expected to hold rates at 0.5%, focus on the bond taper plan, and be cautious on inflation and growth. The US FOMC is likely to keep rates steady and wait for more data before any rate cuts. And the Bank of England is likely to stay at 4.25% and hint at gradual cuts later in the year. The People's Bank of China is likely also to hold rates steady, maintain recent stimulus, and signal continued economic support. Now, earnings and data next week. There will be a light earnings week with only 10 companies with market caps over $1 billion reporting, including Accenture, Jabil, Kroger, Lennar, the home builder, Darden Restaurants, and CarMax. Sunday night, we get Chinese industrial production and its unemployment rate. Monday, we get an OPEC monthly report, as well as the Empire State Manufacturing Index in the U.S. That evening, we get a Bank of Japan rate decision. Tuesday, ZEW economic sentiment in the Eurozone, and then retail sales in the U.S., which will be important. Wednesday, Eurozone and UK CPI, U.S. housing starts, and the jobless claims switch from Thursday due to the Juneteenth holiday. Markets will be closed on Thursday next week, and then the U.S. Fed rate decision as well. Thursday, we get a Bank of England rate decision, and that evening, we get Japanese CPI as well as the PBOC's rate decision. And then Friday, retail sales in the UK, Philly Fed manufacturing index in the US, and retail sales in Canada.